All right, let's take a look at some 90-90 rotations. So we're starting from the classic 90-90 position, which if you don't know what that is, just simply means that both of our knees are in 90-degree angles and the legs are perpendicular with one another. And from here, all we're doing is simply turning our hips over into the opposite position. So the leg that was internally rotated is now externally rotated. The leg that was externally rotated is now internally rotated. So all we're doing with this exercise is rotating from side to side, alternating between internal and external rotation. And don't worry about if your knee breaks that 90-degree angle. With this exercise, it's not really that big of a deal. But one thing that we do want to make sure that we're doing with this exercise is actually moving our shoulders and trunk in unison with the hips. And I like to think about it like we're switching stances in striking. So going from orthodox here, as we turn the hips over, the shoulders and trunk rotate with that into a southpaw stance. And then we're just going back and forth. So as the hips are moving, so are the shoulders, so are the trunk. Our entire body is moving synergistically in unison. But if staying upright in the position is too challenging for you at the moment, that's totally fine. What we can then do is just come back down onto our hand and lean away from the hips. And then we're still rotating our body in unison with the hips, but we're now just leaning away from the rotation. And this will create a lot more space for you to actually turn everything over. And we can just practice that movement of switching sides using our hands for assistance as needed. And then once we get proficient at doing the exercise without the assistance of our hands, we then have a couple options on how we can progress it and take it further. So if you want to bias external rotation a little bit more, we can then just lean forwards into that front leg with every rep. Lean forwards, turn over, lean forwards, turn over, lean forwards. Or if we want to bias the internal rotation a bit more, we can lean forwards into that back leg. So rotate, lean forwards, rotate, lean forwards, rotate, lean forwards. And if you're really looking to add some spice to this exercise, we can then add shin box reps with every transition. So as we turn over, we're going to explode up onto that front leg, extend the hips, drive them through, control our way back down, rotate back over, extend the hips, back down, rotate, extend. And we want to make sure that we're controlling our way back down rather than just going from here and plopping back down. I want you to actually use your hips to control the way back down and transition from side to side just like that. Now this exercise will usually be prescribed in timed sets where we're moving back and forth continuously for a specific duration of time as opposed to going after a specific number of reps. So I recommend to start at a bit of a slower pace at the beginning of the set, get a nice feel for the flow of the movement, and once you do start to find your rhythm, you can then gradually ramp up the speed that you're working at over the course of the set.